Okay, thank you for reminding. Oh. So Tulsi Aarati, we recite every day twice, once in the morning and once in the evening. So Tulsi prayers are so important for every Vaishnava because Tulsi Maharani is a pure devotee of Lord Krishna. So today we're going to discuss about Tulsi Maharani. How could she become a pure devotee of Lord, and how Lord made a rule that none of the offerings without having a Tulsi on them won't be cannot be offered to Lord, and He don't accept it all. Without a Tulsi, if you offer anything, Lord doesn't accept that at all. So how could Tulsi Maharani acquire such a higher position in devotion? Okay. So we'll try to understand those things. Does anybody heard about Tulsi Maharani? How did she appear? What's the past time happened? How could she acquire such a high exalted position? Uh, Anybody know something about Tulsi Maharani? Any wild guess?
Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Yes,
A
ma'am.
few stories I have heard that in his previous birth,
Mhm.
Lord Vishnu has killed Tulsi Maharani's husband.
Okay.
So she cursed him to become a stone. So in that way, he become a Shaligram stone.
Mhm.
That I know, but how they got married, I'm not pretty sure about that.
Yeah, that's why. Good guess. Nice. Thank you, Sima Mataji. Good to see you. Yeah, that's good. Of course, it's true. However, we'll try to understand in a chronological way. Okay, how the series went on, what made Tulsi Maharani to acquire such a high position. Okay, so once there lived a Dhanava. His name was Dhamba. Okay. So this Damba was the son of Denu. So Denu is the wife of Kashyapa Muni, and Kashyapa Muni is the son of Maricha, who is one of the Saptarshi. So the Saptarshis were created by Brahma to, to increase the population, human race. Okay, and in that process, the Saptarshis, one amongst the Saptarshis, Marichi, he had a son Kashyapa, and Kashyapa Muni is so famous that all the devatas are his sons, his children only, and the Dhanavas as well. So Kashyap Muni married to 13 girls, 13 daughters of Daksha Prajapati. And one amongst those 13 is Denu. Okay. So Denu's son, the Kashyapa and Denu's son was this Damba. Okay. And Damba, Damba's father was Viprachiti. So Viprachiti was the son of Kashyapa and Denu's I mean, Kashyapa and Denu's son was Viprachiti. So Viprachiti's son was Damba. So this Damba did not had any children at all. Though he was a Dhanava, he did not had children for a long time. So what he did, he approached his spiritual master Sukracharya, and he inquired with him. And this Damba was a devotee of Lord Vishnu. And this Damba inquired Shukracharya about begetting a son. Then Damba, what he requested Shukracharya is that he requested Shukracharya to give him a Krishna mantra so that he will meditate on that mantra, and he will ask a boon to Lord for a son. And this Damba got mantra, he got initiated, and this Damba started reciting this mantra, doing penance. He did severe penance, and his penance went in such severity that from his head a kind of heat and light started flowing, and this light spread across the three universes, and it started hurting all the devatas, and they were unable to tolerate that. They approached Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma along with the devatas, they approached Lord Vishnu, and they told what is the problem. Lord Vishnu, after seeing all of them, he inquired them what was the reason for them to come, and Lord Vishnu also assured them that nothing to fear when Lord Hari is here. So when they took shelter of Lord Hari, so Lord Hari, he told them, "Don't worry, I know the reason why you all of have come. I know that Damba is doing a severe penance. Out of his head there is a scorching light coming up. Don't worry, he's my devotee. So I am going to sort out this problem. I will appear to him and I will, fulfill his desire." Like that, Lord Vishnu assured, and the Devatas they went to their abodes. And soon Lord Vishnu appeared in front of Damba, and Damba opened his eyes. And when he saw Lord Vishnu, he glorified Lord Vishnu and he expressed his desire. Then Lord Vishnu blessed him with the desire that, with a boon that he will soon beget a son. Then Damba was so happy with the boon given by Lord Vishnu. He went and soon he got a son. And he named that son as Shankachuda. This Shankachuda was also a very great devotee of Lord Vishnu. From the childhood itself, he used to always chant Lord Hari names. Though he was a Rakshasa Dhanava, but still he was very, beautiful devotee of Lord because of his previous, vasanas. So in his previous life, he was a pure devotee. We will get to know how pure he was. Who was he? So when this Damba's son Shankasura, grew little elder, then what the boy did? He went to do tapas. Okay, he went to do penance, and he did penance for so long time, like for 1 lakh years he did penance. And Lord Brahma appeared in front of him. And Lord Brahma, looking at his penance, he was so pleased and he asked this boy that what boon he can grant him. And Brahma also told, "My dear boy, you're so sincere, disciplined, you're a devotee of Lord. What boon do you want me to do? Do you want me to make you more pure devotee of Lord? Or you want me to bless you with Vaikunta? What do you want me to bless you with?" Then this boy said, "My dear Brahma, I want to continue my devotion and I want to become invincible. Nobody should win over me. I want such power so that I can win even Devatas." Such boon he asked. Then Brahma immediately he granted him that boon, and Brahma also gifted him with a ornament of Lord Krishna. And Brahma asked him to wear that ornament. So this boy Okay. So this boy, Shankashuda, he wear that ornament of Lord Krishna and he bowed down to Brahma. He pleased Brahma, and Brahma also instructed him, "My dear Shankashuda, I also instruct you to do one more thing. That is, you go to Badrikashrama. There is a girl called Tulasi. Okay, uh, who is also a great devotee of Lord, go and marry her." Like that, Brahma instructs this boy. And after instructing, Brahma disappears, and this boy goes to Badrik Ashrama and he sees this girl, Tulasi. And when he sees Tulasi, he immediately falls in love with her, love at first sight. She was so beautiful, chaste woman that he immediately proposes to her that he want to marry her. Then this woman, this girl Tulsi, she inquires about him. Who is he? Where is he coming from? Then this boy says that my name is Shankachuda. I am so powerful that even Devatas can't defeat me. I'm such powerful like that. And this Shankachuda explains, he glorifies himself in front of Tulsi. Then Tulsi, this girl, she also gets impressed with him and she accepts his proposal and they start conversing. And again, Brahma comes and he says, "My dear Shankashura and Tulsi, what are you waiting for? So both of you, got to know about each other. Now, what are you waiting for? Then immediately get married in a Gandharva Vidit." So there is a in those days in other yugas except in Kali Yuga, in Satya Yuga, Treta, Dwapar Yuga, there used to be a marriage I mean, the kings, great kings used to do marriage in one such way that is called Gandharva Vidhi. Gandharva Vidhi means immediately, wherever, without any fire sacrifice, without any muhurt and all, mantras recitation, they immediately get married to each other. They can, that is called Gandharva Vidhi marriage, emergency marriage, we can say. These days, that parampara is still continuing in Kaliga. People, the teenagers, without informing to their parents, they also are, involving in such way. But that is not a practice. That should not be practiced in Kali Yuga, which was practiced in other yugas. So they did marry. They did marry in Gandharva Vidhi, and soon Shankajuda took Tulsi Maharani to his palace, and they started living like that. They lived one manvantara. One manvantara means, so there are four yugas: Satya, Treta, Dwapara, and Kali Yuga. So these four yugas together will become one yuga cycle. Like this, if 71 yugas are combined, then it will become one manvantara. Okay. So there are about 14 manvantaras. So they spent their family life for one manvantara. And in between that, this Shankajuda, he went to fight with Indra. He conquered Indra and all the demigods, Devi Devatas, he conquered. And he started ruling the three worlds. And Indra became, uh, Indra lost his heavenly planet. And he went to Brahma and he complained to Brahma. And Brahma, he went to Lord Shiva and he complained to Lord Shiva. And together, Lord Brahma, Shiva, and Devatas, all these three, they went to Lord Vishnu and they complained about Shankachuda because Shankachuda is a devotee of Lord Vishnu, Krishna. Then, when they approached Lord Vishnu, they started talking about the leelas that are being done by Shankachuda, how he harassed the Devi Devatas. Then Lord Vishnu laughed and he said, "Do you know one thing? This Shankachuda is my pure devotee. He used to be my constant devotee. He used to be my companion in my abode, which is Goloka. So don't worry, I will take care of him." Do you know what happened? Like that, Lord Narayan Vishnu, he started telling the past life of Shankachuda. Then Shankachuda, in Goloka, what happened one day? Krishna wanted to perform rasa dance, and Radharani was not there. He immediately went to perform rasa dance with another, gopi. Her name was Viraja. And when they were performing rasa dance, Radharani got upset because Krishna, with leaving her, he went to perform rasa dance with another gopi. Then Radharani immediately he went to that place and Radharani she made that Viraja Gopi into a river, and then she started talking to Krishna in a harsh manner. And there was one devotee of Krishna. His name was Sudama. So this Sudama is not the Sudama who in the Dwaraka approached Krishna. This Sudama is not the friend of Krishna in Dwaraka. This Sudama is another Sudama. He was a Brahmin. And this Sudama was constant companion of Krishna in Goloka. And this Sudama did not like Radharani chastising Krishna in a harsh manner. And this Sudama, he intervened and he started speaking to Radharani in a harsh manner. And Radharani immediately she got anger, her eyes became red, and she cursed the Sudama that you are behaving like a demon. So you better go to earth and take birth in a demon's family. Like that, she cursed Sudama. And Sudama immediately, what he did, he accepted that, okay, I will go and I will take birth in a demon's family. Like that, he started going. Then Radharani, she soon realized that he is a pure devotee. How could I, curse him? Then she realized and she ran behind him and to stop Sudama. Sudama, my dear, she said, my dear Sudama, please stop, please stop. I don't want you to go away from Goloka. It was my mistake that and I mistakenly cursed you. I will take back my curse, like that. Radharani was pleading, but still Sudama was not accepting. Sudama, he left Goloka. That was the previous life pastime of Sudama, this Shankachoda. And Lord Vishnu explained this to Devi Devatas, including Lord Shiva. And he told, don't worry, you just go talk to him. He will listen, like that. Lord Vishnu explains to these Devi Devatas. Then they goes to the Shankachuda's place, and the Devi Devatas, they go with a huge army. Huge army. And they go to the Shankachuda's palace, and they call Shankachuda. Shankachuda, he immediately comes out of his palace, and he bow down. He does a Dandavat Pranam to Lord Shiva, Brahma, and all the Devatas. And then he inquires with him what was the reason for them to uh, come to their palace. Then Lord Shiva talks to this Shankachuda, that, my dear Shankachuda, you in your previous life was a pure devotee of Krishna, Sudama. And a devotee like you, this is not a right, this is not befitting to a devotee like you. You have defeated Indra, and you have conquered his kingdom. But a pure devotee of Krishna doesn't aspire, or doesn't desire to fight like this. A pure devotee of Krishna, even they sacrifice the mukti margas also, the five muktis which are there. Even they don't even desire for those also. How come you, being a pure devotee of Krishna, is aspiring to become king of these three worlds? You should be a devotee. For a devotee of Krishna, the most highest, happiest thing is the chanting holy names and remembering the pastimes of Krishna. But you are behaving completely opposite. How is this befitting you? Like that, Lord Shiva started talking to Shankajuda. Then Shankachuda requested my Shiva that, my dear Mahadev, may I speak? He took permission of Mahadev, because this is the discipline that a devotee should have. Whenever they converse with great Vaishnavas, they seek their permission. May I speak? May I have your permission to speak, like that? That shows their discipline. So Shankachuda asked permission from Lord Shiva to speak. Then Lord Shiva accepted, and Lord Shiva allowed him to speak. And then the Shankachuda started speaking. And Shankachuda said, my dear Lord, you being a great Vaishnava, great Jnani, uh, okay, you should be equal to Devatas and Dhanavas. And this kingdom of heaven, once it will be ruled by Devatas, and once it will be ruled by Dhanavas. Whoever whoever wins the war, it will become their property. And you should be you should be equal vision towards both of them. How are you? Why are you asking me to leave this kingdom? Like that, Shankara started talking. And then, the talks did not get into compromise. And they declared a war. And they started fighting with Shankajuda, all the Devi Devatas, one side, and Shankajuda and his army other side, the Danava army. And they fought for so many years, and the war went on like that. Nobody was able to defeat. And goddess Bhadrakali, she intervened. With her ferocious form, she started fighting with Shankajuda. And nobody was getting defeated. The war was like, tug of war, nobody was getting defeated, because, two equal powers. And soon there was one Divyavani which told to all the Devatas that Shankachuda is wearing an ornament of Krishna. As long as he wears the ornament of Krishna, nobody can defeat him. That is one condition. And the other condition is that as long as his wife is chaste woman, nobody can defeat. If somebody can take away these two things, one is ornament from his neck, the Krishna's ornament from his neck. and other one, if somebody can outrace the modesty of Shankachuda's wife. If somebody can do these two things, immediately Shankachuda will die. Like that, the Divyamani tells to Devatas. Then Lord Shiva meditates on Sri Mahavishnu, Narayana form, and he appears. And soon they explains the situation to Lord Narayan. And then Narayana says, "Don't worry, I will take care of the situation." So, like that, Narayana assures to them. And what Narayana does is he disguises into a poor Brahmana farm. And while the war was going on, at one point of time, this Brahmana goes to the Shankajura. Shankajura, he was a pure devotee, so his daily routine was something or other he used to donate to Brahmanas. That was his daily ritual. And this Brahmana, he approaches Shankachuda and he asks Shankachuda that, "My dear king, I am a poor Brahmana. I have nothing to live. Okay, I have no money. I request you to give some donation so that I can lead my life." Like that, in this Brahmana who is in disguise, who is none other than Narayana, he asks Shankachuda. And Shankachuda, he says, "No, don't worry. I will give you good donations." Like that, Shankachuda says. Then this Brahmana, takes a vow promise from Shankachuda that whatever he asks, Shankachuda should give that. Like that, he takes a promise from Shankachuda. And then Brahmana asks Shankachuda to give the jewel that is, hanging in his neck. Then immediately Shankachuda removes that and he hands it over to the Brahmana. The Brahmana takes that jewel, the ornament, and he leaves that place. And again, this same Brahmana, who is none other than Narayana, he disguises into Shankachuda's form and he goes to the Shankachuda's palace with with lot of sounds, like, as if the king returns from a war with a victory. They announce in such a way that the victory is been so the king won the war, so now the victory is ours. Like that, they make noise and they announce and they enter into the palace. Like that, they were making noises. And Tulasi Devi, who was in the palace of Shankachuda, Tulasi Devi being the wife of Shankachuda, she understood that her husband got victory in the war, and she immediately receives her husband with a smile, and she treats her husband with good food and everything. And after that, she takes her husband to her room, and the Shankachuda, I mean the Narayana who is in disguise of Shankachuda, goes into the bedroom of Tulasi Devi, and he sits on her bed, and both they sleep together on her bed. In this way, the Tulasi's modesty was outraged. Her chastity was lost. And when she was sleeping with the disguised Shankachuda, after some time, she recognizes that he is not her husband. Then she immediately wakes up and she says that, "What is this? I am feeling that you're not my husband. This is not the way how my husband behaves. Now you immediately let me know. You immediately come into your original form. Otherwise, I will curse you." Like that. This Tulsi Devi, she, speaks to the disguised Shankachuda. And Shankachuda immediately, the disguised Shankachuda immediately takes the form of Narayan, Lord Narayan. And Tulsi Devi, she falls down and she starts crying. And Narayan, he starts consoling her. "Dear Tulsi, why are you crying? This is what you desired to. That's the reason I came." Then Tulsi Devi, she told Narayan that this is not the way you behave with a woman. a chastity woman. You just, misbehaved with me. Because of this misbehavior, my husband dead in the war. Because she also knows that whenever she loses her chastity, that would be the time of death for her husband. And she speaks to Narayana further that, how could you behave? How could you behave like a person who, instead of having a heart, having a stone, you are a person like a stone. How could you behave like this? Hence, I curse you that you become a stone. Like that, Tulsi Devi, she curses Narayana. So Narayana, he immediately laughs at her, and he accepts her curse. And so Narayana, he further consoles her that, my dear Tulsi, you forgot your actual form. Then uh, Tulsi Devi, Narayana gifts her with her previous remembrance. So this Tulsi was she was a companion in Goloka as well. So one day, what happened in Goloka, when Krishna was performing the Rasalila in Goloka, this woman, Tulsi, when she was in Goloka, so she was so much attracted to Krishna, and immediately Krishna, glanced at her, and she fainted looking at Krishna. And this act did not, this act, Radharani did not like this act. And she, Radharani, she looked at this girl and she said, "You're behaving like you're behaving like a human being. So hence, human beings only just faint like this and they behave. They disturb the beautiful lila that is going on. So since you are behaving like a human being, you go to earth and take birth as a human being." Like that, she was cursed by Radharani. Then this girl who was in Goloka, she had to take birth in the Goloka. Okay. And this girl is also a partial expansion of Radharani, because Radharani is, the source of all supreme, powerful, feminine expansions. So this is being described by the Devatas. There is one beautiful sloka which was recited by Lord Indra. So in that he explains how Radharani expands herself into Lakshmi, Tulasi, Saraswati, Parvati, and different expansions. All powerful feminine expansions, goddess expansions, are none other than the partial expansions of Radharani. So this girl, she took birth. She has to take birth on the planet Earth, and she has to find a right place, right, family to take birth. So then, what happened? There was one. Uh, so there was one Prajapati. So, sorry, there was one Prajapati called Daksha Savarni. Okay. So this Daksha Savarni had a son called Dharma Savarni, and he had a son called Vishnu Savarni, and this Vishnu Savarni had a son called Raja Savarni. And this Raja Savarni had a son called um, Vishrajit. Okay. And Vrishadvaja, sorry, Vrishadvaja. So this Vrishadvaja, so all his parents, for starting from Daksha Savarni till Raja Savarni, they were all devotees of Lord Vishnu. But this Vrishadvaja, he was a devotee of Lord Shiva. And he was that's absolutely fine being a devotee of Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva is none other than a pure Vaishnava. It has been explained in Bhagavatam that Namnagana yatha Ganga Devanam Achyuto tata Vaishnavanam tata Shambho Punananam idam tata. Like that in Bhagavatam 12th canto, it is explained that amongst all the river, Ganga is so pure. Amongst all the powerful expansions, the Achyuta form is so powerful. Amongst all the Vaishnavas, Lord Shiva, Shambhu, Vaishnavanam, Tata Shambhu. So Lord Shambhu, Shiva, is the topmost Vaishnava, and amongst all the Puranas, Bhagavatam is the most beautiful Purana. Like that, it is being explained in Bhagavatam 12th canto. So being a devotee of Lord Shiva is also fine because he is also Vaishnava. However, this Vrishadvaja was so fanatical that according to him, no other personality is as good or as powerful as Shiva. So he started dishonoring all the other expansions, all the other Devatas, Swarupas, including Brahma, Surya, Chandra, everybody, even Lord Vishnu as well. And this made the Devatas to upset, and nobody was able to counter him because he was the pure devotee of Lord Shiva. However, Lord Aditya, Surya, he could not tolerate, and he cursed this Vrishadvaja that you better become a beggar. Let all your prosperity be gone into vain because you're dishonoring all the devatas. Devatas, they hold the different potencies of Lord Vishnu, and they grant the um, jivas with different opulences, and you're not dishonoring. So hence, you don't befit to have this wealth and prosperity. Hence, I curse you to become a poor person. You lose all your wealth like that. Lord Surya, he cursed. And this Vrishabhvaja, he went to Lord Shiva and he complained about Lord Surya. And Shiva, it made Shiva to become angry. And Lord Shiva immediately started chasing Surya, and he started talking to Surya. How could you curse my devotee like that? And Lord Shiva, he started chasing Lord Surya. And he went to Lord Surya, Lord Aditya went to Brahma, and they all again went to Lord Vishnu. So whenever a problem arises, they all go to Lord Vishnu. Okay. And looking at this, looking at they approaching Lord Vishnu, he said, "What happened? What is the problem going on? Don't worry, I am here. I will, sort out the issue. I am the creator. I am the preserver. I am the destroyer. I expand into like Brahma. I expand like Vishnu. Vishnu. I expand like Shiva. So I can control everything. Don't worry, I am here. So please calm down and settle down. So I'll sort out the issue like that. Lord Vishnu was uh, speaking to the Devi Devatas who approached him because of the fear of Lord Shiva. Then immediately Shiva approached that place, and then Lord Vishnu started talking to Shiva. Okay, that my dear Shiva, your name itself is so auspicious that you carry the all auspiciousness within you wherever you are present. So the place becomes so auspicious. Okay? So for a person like you who is always auspicious, so you cannot behave like this. Why are you chasing these devatas like that? Lord Vishnu inquired from Shiva, and Lord Shiva told that they have Surya cursed one of my devotee who is Urshadvaja. Urshadvaja is my pure devotee. I lived with in his home for 3 celestial yugas, like that Shiva replied. Then Lord Vishnu said, okay, so Lord Surya told that your cursed your devotee Vrishabhvaja that he should become a beggar, poor person. Then I am ready to give him back his wealth. However, do you know that by the time all you people gathered here, it took half an hour of the Vaikuntha Loka time. It means that 21 celestial yugas has been completed in their uh, you know um, planet. Like that, Lord Vishnu replied, and Lord Vishnu told further. He told to Shiva that, my dear Shiva, your devotee Vrishadvaja is no more there. He did, and he had a son called Hamsadvaja, and the Hamsadvaja, he also lived his life in a poor condition, and the Hamsadvaja has 2 other sons. Their names are Dharmadvaja and Kushadvaja, and they are also leading a very poor life. However, they are continuing the devotional life, devotional service towards me, and they are daily reciting my holy names, and they are sincerely praying my consort, goddess Lakshmi, and they are eligible to get enormous wealth because they are sincerely, disciplinedly, in a disciplined manner, they are worshipping me and Goddess Lakshmi. So soon I'm going to bless them with all the wealth and prosperity. And because of their sincere prayers, my consort, Lakshmi, she was so pleased in such a way that she wanted to expand herself as a partial expansion as a daughter of Dharmadwaja, like that Vishnu says. And he compromises the whole situation. And Lord Vishnu Narayana, he asks all of them to go back to their places. And after that, Dharmadwaja, after the Dharmadwaja, when he started praying to Vishnu and Goddess Lakshmi, both of them they got pleased. They blessed him with prosperity, wealth, everything. And Dharmadwaja got a daughter. She is not. She's none other than the expansion of Lakshmi, Goddess Lakshmi. And Dharmadwaja he named that girl as Tulasi. And this Tulasi, in her previous life, was a Golokavasi, who was partial expansion of Radharani herself. So don't get confused here. Radharani's different feminine expansions are Lakshmi, Saraswati, Parvati, everybody. Okay. And now since the same Lakshmi goddess Lakshmi's expansion has taken birth in the Dharmadwaja's family as his daughter, and they named her as Tulasi. Okay, so Tulasi immediately, so after she took birth, when she grew to certain age, like some 10, 12 years, she, because of her previous life vasanas, she started, chanting the holy names of Lord, and she left her home and she went to Badrikashrama and she started meditating upon Lord Krishna. Her wish was to get married to Krishna. And she did a severe penance for 1 lakh years. And for amongst the 1 lakh years, for 20,000 years, she only ate fruits and roots. And for 30,000 years, she only ate dry leaves. And for 40,000 years, she only, subsisted on breathing itself. And for another 10,000 years, she did not take anything, not even breathe. She only stood on one leg and she started meditating upon Krishna. Then Lord Brahma appeared. And then when she saw Brahma, and Brahma so pleased with her penance, and he got to know that for whom she is doing penance, and Brahma started talking to Tulasi Devi, and Brahma asked Tulasi Devi, my dear Tulasi, you are so pure devotee of Lord Krishna. I want to give you as many boons as you want. Now you ask me what boon you want. And Tulsi Devi, because of her severe penance, she also memorized. She also was to able to remember. She was able to remember her previous life from where she was coming from. So this Tulsi Devi, she spoke to Lord Brahma that, my dear Brahma, I know what was my original position. Okay, my original position was in Goloka. So I know what, because of what mistake I had to take this human form of life. Now I don't want anything except Krishna. I want to marry Krishna. That is my only. However, I know that I cannot marry Krishna. However, Radharani told me that I can only attain the four-handed form of Krishna, which is Narayana form. So I might get married to Lord Narayana. So arrange my future in such a way that soon I get married to Lord Narayana and then go back to Goloka and then become wife of Krishna. Like that, she requested Lord Brahma, and Lord Brahma blessed her with that, with her wish. And she expressed her devotion towards Krishna. My dear Brahma, I always desire to be a devotee on the lotus feet of Krishna, but it is because Radharani asked me to first marry the four-handed form of Krishna, Lord Narayana. So I want to marry Lord Narayana first, like that she says. And then Brahma says, soon your wish will be fulfilled, like that she says. However, Tulasi Devi, she expresses her little fear. That is, my dear Brahma, I still have a little fear that, Radharani, she chastised me. So I'm a little bit afraid of Radharani. How could I get rid of this fear out of Radharani? Then Lord Brahma, he gave her a 16 name mantra of Radharani. That is called Shodasha mantra, Shodasha Nama mantra of Radharani. And he asked her to recite that mantra with which she can please Radharani and with which Radharani can be impressed and will accept her to become her companion again. That mantra I will try to display. We will all recite together. Okay? Is that okay with all?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Just give me one moment. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji.
I'll recite along with me. You also can recite. Okay. Shri Narayana Vacha Radha
Sri
Radha,
Narayana Uvacha
Radha,
Radha
Raseshwari
Raseshwari,
Raseshwari
Rasavasini
Rasavasini,
Rasavasini
Rasikeshwari
Rasikeshwari,
Rasikeshwari
Krishna Pranadika
Krishna
Krishna
Pranadika
Krishna Priya
Krishna
Krishna
Priya,
Priya
Krishna Swarupini
Krishna
Krishna
Swarupini
Swarupini,
Krishna Vamanga Sambhuta
Krishna
Krishna
Vamanga
Vamanga
Sambhuta
Paramananda Rupini
Paramananda
Paramananda
Rupini
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Vrindavani
Vrindavani,
Vrindavani
Vrinda
Vrinda
Vrinda,
Vrindavinodini
Vrinda
Vrinda
Vinodini
Vinodini,
Chandravali
Chandravali,
Chandravali
Chandrakanta
Chandrakanta
Chandrakanta,
Sharat Chandra Prabhana
Sharat
Sharat Chandra
Chandra
Prabhanana,
Prabhanana
Namnanyetani Smaranani Tesha Abhayantarani. So
Na-
those were the 16 names of Srimati Radharani, which was given by Brahma to Tulasi Devi. And Tulasi Devi, she chanted these 16 names for 12 years. And then Srimati Radharani was so happy. She pleased and she accepted Tulasi Devi as her companion when she comes back to Goloka. So this was the severe penance that Srimati Tulasi Devi performed. And now you come back to the place where Shankachoda's palace is there. So Lord Vishnu with Tulasi Devi in Shankachoda palace, he made her to he gave her memory, the past memory, and she was able to memorize all those. And then she was pleased. And hence further, Lord Vishnu, he spoke to Tulsi Devi, my dear Tulsi, it was your desire that, I become your husband. So that's the reason I have come here to, accept you as my wife. Okay. However, you cursed me, but don't worry, your curse will also become a boon to the human beings. And that is like, and Narayana spoke to Tulsi Devi that, my dear Tulsi Devi, so you won't be able to marry with this form. You will come back to my real abode and there you will marry to me. However, this particular human form of you, your body will become into a river, and that river is called as Gandaki River, which is in Nepal. And your hair will become into different auspicious trees, and these trees are called Tulasi trees. And without uh, putting this Tulasi on the offerings which are offered to me, I don't accept anything. So that is the boon that I'm going to give you. So you will become so close to me that nothing I will accept without a Tulasi leaf on that. Like that, Narayana gives boon to Tulasi Devi, and he says, in your river Gandaki, I will become a stone. Since you have cursed me, I will become a stone. And these stones in Gandaki River will be occupied by some kind of bacteria. And this bacteria is called Vajrakitaka. And these Vajrakitakas, they scratch on these stones and they form a form like chakra. And whichever stones are found in Gandaki River with chakra, those stones should be considered as Salagrama Sila. That's how the Salagrama Sila came into existence. So, so this was the that Lord Narayana gave to Tulsi Devi. And now in the battlefield where Shankachuda was fighting with Shiva and Lord Shiva and other devotees, so they all defeated Shankachuda, and Shankachuda was dead. And Lord Shiva himself took his bones and he left those bones in the river, and these bones become conch shell. Okay. So Shankachuda's bones became conch shell. Tulsi Devi's body became Gandaki River. Her hairs became Tulasi trees, and Lord Narayana himself accepted to take a form as Salagram Shila in Gandaki River. So these are the three auspicious things happened in the story of Tulsi Maharani. And it is told that whoever performs or gives water, whoever keeps Saligram at Tulsi Maharani, and whoever worships, and their they get a benefit of performing Ashwamedha Yajna. So in Kali Yuga, we cannot perform Ashwamedha Yajna. However, there are different shortcut ways. One amongst them is this shortcut way. If one performs Aarati at Tulsi Devi by having Saligram, that gives the benefit of performing Ashwamedha Yajna. Or there are 8 names of Tulsi Maharani. So once what happened, Tulsi Maharani, when she acquired this highest position, in the heaven, in the Goloka, Mother Ganga, Goddess Lakshmi, everybody was happy, but Mother Saraswati was little bit unhappy because Tulsi Devi acquired a so highest position. And one day, Mother Saraswati, they were one day she humiliated Tulsi Devi, and immediately Tulsi Devi, she disappeared from Goloka, and she disappeared from there. And Krishna, in searching of Tulsi Devi, he came to Vrindavan, and he started, reciting the 8 names of Tulsi Devi. And in Vrindavan, there is one such place called Vrunda Kund. There you will find the goddess Tulsi in a deity form. So at this place, Lord Krishna, he came and he started chanting the 8 names of Vrunda Devi. I mean, the Tulsi. Tulsi is also called as Vrunda Devi. So now I will display those 8 names. We will all chant together so that, by chanting these 8 names and, offering little water to Tulsi also gives us a benefit of, performing Ashwamedha Yajna. Okay. So just give me one. Okay. So along with me, everybody please chant. So are you able to see my screen?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Vrinda,
Vrinda,
Vrindavani,
Vrindavani,
Vishwapavani,
Vishwapavani,
Vishwapujita,
Vishwapujita,
Pujita,
Tulasi,
Tulasi,
Pushpasara,
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 Nandini,
Nandini,
Krishna Jeevani.
Krishna
Krishna
Jivani.
Jivani.
So these are the 8 names of Tulsi Maharani. And can anybody read the translation? Anybody?
Shall I read, Prabhuji?
Yeah, please go ahead, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thanks.
Worship of Tulsi Devi. Whoever worships Tulsi Devi with her 8 names and their meanings: Vrinda, Vrindavani, Vishwapavani, Vishwapujita, Tulasi,
Pushparasa. Pushpasara.
Pushpasara,
Uh,
Nandini, and last one I am
Krishna
not
Jeevani.
able.
Krishna Jeevani.
Krishna Jivani.
Yeah.
And properly sings this hymn of 8 verses, acquires the merit of performing an Ashwamedha horse yagna or what? Okay.
Sacrifice.
Because Tulsi was born on the lunar day of the full moon in the month of Kartik, Lord Hari prescribed what is that part, Prabhuji? I am not able to see.
This day of her worship.
This day of worship. In Kartik month, we worship that, what we say, we offer some usirikailu with that
On
only.
Kartik Purnami,
Yeah.
on Kartik Purnami, perform Tulsi Vivaha. So that has been prescribed by Lord Krishna himself. On that day, whoever perform, it is a great day. On the same day, Tulsi Maharani was born to Dharmadwaja. So that's the reason that is so auspicious day to worship her. Okay. So anybody else? Thank you, Anita Mataji.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Anybody else wants to try from the third line, fourth line? Whoever worships from there.
Yes,
Prabhuji, I'll read.
Prabhuji.
Yeah. Anybody?
Whoever worships
Whoever wor-
this day
Yeah.
will
Okay.
be
Okay, Simati, you read the 2 lines. Shivam Prabhu, you read the third line like that. Okay.
sure, Prabhuji. Whoever worships her on this day will be freed from all sins and go to Vaikunta. Whoever out of reverence gives Lord Vishnu a tulsi leaf in the month of Kartik will gain the same benefit obtained by giving the gift of 10 million cows. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Shivam Prabhu, please read from here.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Yeah.
By hearing or recalling the Tulsi hymn, a son will be born to the sonless woman, a wife will be obtained by the wifeless man, health will be restored to a diseased person, freedom will be given to a prisoner, fearlessness will be bestowed upon the terrified, and salvation will be given to the sinners.
Thank you,
In
Prabhu.
the okay, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Priyanka Mataji, can you read the last verse?
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. In the Kanva Sakha branch of the Vedas, the method of worshipping and meditating on Tulsi Devi is described. Without invoking the goddess, one can reverentially uh, meditate on her and adore her with 16 ingredients in the following.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
So, thank you. So now we will try to recite the prayer of Tulsi Maharani. Okay. So daily, early in the morning, once the Guru, Samsara Dhavana is done, we also worship Tulsi Maharani. So the first verse with which we worship Tulsi Maharani is Vrundaye Tulsi Devyaye Priyaye Kesavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavatyai Namo Namaha. All of you can recite along with me.
Vrindaye Tulsi
Vrindaye
Devi,
Tulsi
Vrindaye
Priyaye
Devi
Kesavasya
Priyaye
Krishna
Krishna
Bhakti
Bhakti
Prade
Prade
Devi
Devi
Krishna
Satyavati
Bhakti
Satyavati
Namo
Pradevati
Namaha.
Satyavate Namo Namaha.
Thank you. So I request one by one to read the translation. Okay, who did not read yet?
I offer my respects, obeisance unto Vrinda, Srimati Tulsi Devi, who is very dear to Lord Keshava. O goddesses, you bestow devotional service to Lord Krishna and possess the highest truth.
Thank you, Madam. Okay. So this is the first prayer. Before we approach Tulsi Maharani, we recite this Vrundaya Tulsi Devyaye Priyaye Kesavasya Cha Krishna Bhakti Prade Devi Satyavatyai Namo Namaha. We request Tulsi Maharani to grant us with the Krishna Bhakti. We plead, we beg her. Okay. And then we start reciting the Tulsi Maharani prayer. Okay. And so anybody wants to read or read. Okay, Shivam Prabhu, go ahead, Prabhu, please.
Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Priyase
So
Namo Namaha.
one request, Shivam Prabhu, you recite one line.
Anji.
After that, we will follow you, and again you recite one. It's like you're doing bhajan, we are following you. Okay?
Okay, Prabhuji.
Yeah, start again.
Namo Namaha Tulasi Krishna Priyase Namo Namaha.
Now let's everybody chant. Nam
Namo
Namah
Namaha
Tulasi
Tulasi
Krishna
Krishna
Priyasi
Priyasi Namo
Nam
Namaha.
Radha Krishna Seva Pavo Te Abhilashi
Radha Krishna Seva Pavo Ye Abhilashi.
Vito Mar Sharan Loy
Ye Tamara
Tumara
Sharan
Sharanaloy
Taravancha Purna Hoy
Taravancha Purna Hoy.
Kripa Kare Karo Tare Vrindavan Vasi
Kripa
Kari
Goro
Guru
Tare
Tare
Vrindavan
Vrindavan
Vasi.
Vasi.
More Abhilash Vilas Kunje Diova
Moraye Abhilash
Vilas
Vilas
Kunje
Kunje
Diova.
Diovas.
Nayane Hari Bosada Jugal Ruprasi
Nayane
Nayane
Sada
Bosada
Yugalaru Parasi.
E Nivedana Dhara Sakhi Anugata Karo
Eini vedana
सेवाधिकार दिए करो निज दासे दीन कृष्ण दासे कोए जे न मोर होए
Dina Krishna Das
श्री राधा गोविंद प्रेमी सदाए भासे
Shri Radha Govinda Preme Sada Dinavasi.
तुलसी कृष्ण प्रेयसे नमो नमः
Namo Namo
Tulasi Krishna Preyasi Namo Namah.
Thank you, Prabhu. Wonderfully
Hare Krishna.
recited. Wonderful. Thank you very much, Prabhu. So now let's understand the meaning. So I request each one to read one line translation. So who wants to take the first? Uma Mataji.
Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Could you please read the first line and first two lines from here to here?
One.
Are you able to see the screen, Mataji?
Hare Krishna. O
Yes.
Tulasi,
Ah.
beloved of, I bow before you again and again. My desire is to obtain the service of Sri Sri Radha Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Sima Mataji, next line, please.
Whoever takes shelter of you has his wishes fulfilled. Bestowing your mercy on him, you make him a resident of Vrindavana. Hare Krishna.
Next. Anybody?
My desire is that you will also grant me a residence in the pleasure groves of Sri Vrindavan Dham. Thus, within my vision, I will also behold the beauty, pastimes of Radha and Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Shanti Mataji, please go ahead.
I beg you to make me a follower of the cowhead damsels of Braja.
Okay. Thank you. Next.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Can I-
Yeah.
Please give me the privilege of devotional service and make me your own maid servant. This very fallen and lowly servant of Krishna praise. May I always swim in the love of Sri Radha and Govinda. Hare
Thank
Krishna.
you very much. Wonderful. Thank you. So it is a sincere prayer of every devotee to a pure devotee who did 1 lakh year penance to impress Lord Krishna. So we are requesting her to grant us with a pure devotion towards Sri Radha and Krishna. And we are requesting her to give us a chance to live in Vrindavan to serve them more heartfully. And we are further requesting her to make us also damsels of Vraja. And we are requesting her to give us a memory, give us a strength, memory to memorize the beautiful pastimes of Radha Krishna every day. And we are requesting Tulsi Maharani to make us her maid servant, so that when we serve the pure devotees, we will be blessed with the pure devotion. And Krishna in Bhagavad Gita, he says that patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhakta prayachati tata pavitam bhaktya asnami priyatatmana. So that patram, what he is addressing is the Tulasi leaf. Krishna becomes so happy even if you just offer one Tulasi leaf at his feet. So that is the beauty, that is the magic of Tulsi Devi. In fact, there is one wonderful pastime which happened in our South India itself. Okay, so how many? I guess all of you know the Tirumala Tirupati Lord Balaji. Does anybody don't know him? I don't think so. Somebody doesn't know him. So, yeah. So one day what happened? There used to be a king called Tondaman Chakravarti. So he was a pure great devotee of Lord Venkateshwara. Okay. So at that time when Tondaman Chakravarti was present, Lord Venkateshwara used to speak. Okay, so Lord Venkateshwara, we see him as a deity, but it's a self-manifested Swayambhu deity. Lord himself became a deity. It was not sculptured by some human being. So Tondaman Chakravarti daily while worshipping Lord, he used to do conversation with Lord Venkateshwara. So this Tondaman Chakravarti, so he used to worship Lord with different offerings daily, and he made golden tulsi leaves. And with those golden tulsi leaves, he used to worship Lord daily. Daily, early in the morning, he used to open the altar, put these golden tulsi leaves at the feet of Lord Venkateshwara with different, delicious preparations. Eventually, what happened? This Tondaman Chakravarti, he started, getting on. He started, feeling false ego that he's a great devotee. No other devotee can serve Lord in such a way, such a great. And one day, what happened? Tondaman Chakravarti, he came to worship Lord Venkateshwara. He opened the altar with all his, whatever he brought. He found that at his lotus feet, which was nicely cleaned and fresh tulsi leaves were offered. He was shocked to see that, who came early than him and worship Lord with this, fresh tulsi leaves. He thought maybe somebody might have come like that. He thought, and it happened for a while like that. Then one day, Tondaman Chakravarti, he was so unhappy because he wanted to serve, worship Lord first, every day, but that place is being taken by somebody else. He could not tolerate that, and he questioned Lord Venkateshwara, my dear Lord, I'm so unhappy with this, somebody who is coming and worshipping with the tulsi leaves. I prepared a golden tulsi leaves for you. And who is that? Who is worshipping? I cannot accept that he is a great devotee. Like that, he was talking to Lord Venkateshwara. Lord Venkateshwara said that, my dear Tondaman, uh, you think that, you are doing great devotional service, but that doesn't make me happy. I only accept something which is being offered to me with greatest love, without any false ego, imbibed in that. So there is one such devotee who early in the morning gets up and he, washes his home and he worships me with these tulsi leaves. And I am accepting his worship because he's worshipping me without any selfish desires or without any false ego. That is making me happy. Like that, Lord Venkateshwara replaced to Tondaman Chakravarti. Then Tondaman Chakravarti, he realizes that, his false ego, all these days he was worshipping Lord with false ego, not with a pure devotion. Then Tondaman Chakravarti requests his Lord, my dear Lord, let me know who is that devotee. Let me go and see that devotee. I want to see his palace like that. Tondaman Chakravarti, he requests. Then Lord gives him address, go see. Like that, Lord tells him the address where the devotee resides. In Tondaman Chakravarti, he goes to that place where this devotee lives. And when he goes to that address where Lord says, he finds a small hut where lot of mud parts are being placed. And this person who is worshipping daily is a person who prepares the mud parts. And his daily routine was get up early in the morning, take bath, clean his place, clean his hut, and he has a small shelf in his house, small shelf. In that small shelf, he made a wooden deity of Lord Venkateshwara, and to that wooden deity, he offers a little tulsi at the feet of that wooden deity, and he recites the holy names of Lord with a little curd rice. In olden days, people they used to eat curd rice early in the morning. But, a day before they soak the rice in water and with a mixture of water, milk, and little curd, and that becomes a probiotic. These days, the scientists they name it as probiotic rice. Okay, so that is called, in Telugu it is called chaddanam. So this probiotic rice, he used to offer to Lord every day early in the morning along with these fresh tulsi leaves in the feet of Lord, and never he had any desire. He just, chants the holy names of Lord, and that is pleasing Lord a lot. And then this Tondaman Chakravarti went to this poor person and he asked him, "Is this the way you worship Lord?" Then this man said, this man was afraid looking at this king because nobody, no such great personality visited his hut till that time. He was afraid of that person, and he, with a shaking hand, he prostrated. He, paid obeisances to the king, and he replied to the king, "My dear king, yeah, I'm sorry. I can't afford, worshipping Lord with delicious food. This is what I can afford. With that only, I'm offering to the Lord, and I'm, worshipping Lord. I'm sorry if I did any mistake. I don't know any shastras. I don't know. I never read any Vedas. I don't know anything. I just know that we should offer tulsi leaf to the lotus feet of Lord, and we should give some offering that we eat to the Lord." Like that, this poor person, he replied to Tondaman Chakravarti, and Tondaman Chakravarti, with a tearful eyes, he fell on his feet and, "My dear great devotee of Lord, I offer so delicious foods to Lord, but those are not pleasing to him. What should I do? Your offering is so pleaseful to Lord. I request a lot to bring me to you so that I can learn some devotion from you." Like that, Tondaman Chakravarti replied to this poor person. And till date, in Tirumala Tirupati, to Lord Venkateswara, the first offering would be this curd rice only in a mud pot. In remembrance to this pastime, till date, the same way they worship little Tulsi leaf at the lotus feet of Lord with curd rice. So this person, just by offering the tulsi leaves to the lotus feet of Lord, he was able to impress Lord. So that is the power of Tulsi. So we have to honor Tulsi Devi every day. And the reason why we wear the kanti, Tulsi kanti mala is that, whatever we offer to Lord, we put Tulsi on top of that and then we offer. So the meaning of this kanti is that when we wear this, my dear Lord, so I am surrendered to you. I am an offering to you with Tulsi. Please accept me. That's the so like that, that is the intention why we wear this Tulsi kanti. Okay, by looking at the Tulsi kanti, maybe we may not be we may not be doing pure devotional service, but still we sincerely wear this Tulsi kanti in around our neck. Once we wear this, we don't remove that. So just by looking at this Tulsi kanti, one day Lord may accept. That was that with that intention we wear this Tulsi kanti. And one who, just now we read, one who pleases Tulsi Devi, recites the 8 names of Tulsi Devi, um, she gets pleased very much. And when Vaishnavas, one day I invited a few Vaishnavas to my home. So I made them a nice place to sit and chant. And what these Vaishnavas they did, they did not sit on a nice place where I arranged. They went to my balcony and they sat beside Tulsi Maharani and they started chanting. So for a Vaishnava, the purest place is sitting beside Tulsi Maharani, no matter where she is. So in that great honor, Vaishnavas honor Tulsi Maharani. So that is the highest position that Tulsi Maharani takes in a Vaishnava's life. Okay, and it is also further said that one who circumambulates So it said that in Yani Kani Cha Papani Brahmahatyadi Kani Cha Tani Tani Pranasyanti Pradakshina Pade Pade. Can anybody read the translation?
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Shall I read?
Yeah.
By the
Circumambulation.
circumambulation of Srimati Tulsi Devi, all the sins that one may have committed are destroyed at every step, even the sin of killing Brahmana. Vrinda Devi is a pure devotee of Lord Krishna and is responsible for setting up the wonderful pastimes of Radha and Krishna in Vrindavana. She exists as Tulsi Devi, as Tulsi to benefit the fallen conditioned soul by bestowing devotional service to Krishna.
Thank you.
Your servant.
Right. So Tulasi Devi is also called a Vrunda Devi. She is the event manager at Vrindavan. So daily, till date, daily Lord Krishna and Radharani, they perform the Nitya Leelas at Vrindavan in the Kunja forest, in different areas of Vrindavan. So Vrinda Devi, none other than Tulsi Devi, she arranges, she makes that event, she plans that event, and she invites Radha and Krishna to perform their Nitya Leelas in Vrindavan. So that is the position of Vrunda Devi Tulsi Maharani. If one early in the morning or at the morning Pratah Kal or Pradosha Kal, early in the morning or in the evening, when they chant Tulsi Mantra and when they do Tulsi Aarati, at that time, if they take a circumambulation, that is nothing but parikrama, the pradakshina. Circumambulation means pradakshina. See, one takes pradakshina of Tulsi Maharani, they their sins will get nullified. Even if they have committed a greatest sin of killing Brahmana, even those kind of sins also gets nullified just by performing Tulsi Aarti and performing one pradakshina to the Tulsi Maharani. So that is the power of Tulsi Maharani. And Tulsi Maharani, not only devotees, but she also so merciful that the Tulsi Maharani has so many medicinal values that, even if the atheists take her shelter, they also get benefit. So those are the glories of Tulsi Maharani. And I was telling you about the Kantimala. There are certain rules, when you wear Kantimala. If somebody is determined to follow the four regulative principles and living onion garlic, they can happily wear Tulsi Mala. If somebody doesn't have such any ground, they have to wait some more time and pray Krishna to make them eligible to wear Kantimala. Okay. So it is very, very important for a Vaishnava to pray Tulsi Maharani every day, take her shelter, and offer few Tulsi leaves to Krishna. We all of us may or may not have good atmosphere at our homes to worship Lord in a prescribed manner. Okay, but one thing we can do, a little water with a Tulsi leaf in that we can offer to Lord. Because at our homes, like in some families they accept for preparing food without onion garlic. Some families they may not. That's absolutely fine. Till the time the families they also respect the devotional life, we can wait. There is nothing wrong in that. But in those families where they don't have a chance to offer non-onion garlic food to Lord, they can take advantage of this offering a tulsi leaf with water to Lord and have that as a Mahaprasad.
One doubt, Prabhu. We will offer water with tulsi leaf. I do that daily because at my home, I we are not able to no
No
everyone
problem.
is not at ready to leave the onion garlic. I tried for a few days, but they could not taste it.
No
So
problem. No problem. You
I
offer and
just
you only
like
drink.
Like as we do for that Boga offering, should we drink the water after our chanting rounds are done, or what should be done with that water? I wanted to ask. Prabhu.
You can drink Mataji. See, like, we when we go to our office, we mix that water in our water bottle and we drink.
Yes, okay.
That's
Thank
it.
you.
That's it. And Tulsi, Lord has given a exemptions on Tulsi that, if you have offered a Tulsi leaf and if you are in shortfall of Tulsi leaves further to for further offerings, then what you can do, you can just wash that same Tulsi and you can re-offer the Tulsi to Lord.
Okay.
Even if Tulsi Maharani, the Tulsi leaves are dried up, if you pluck the Tulsi leaves and if they are dried up, or if you keep them for 4 5 days, they'll become dry. Even those can be offered.
Very bol. Very nice.
So that is the uh, importance of Tulsi. And one important thing that we have to make a note is that we are not allowed to pluck Tulsi leaves whenever we want. There are certain days where we should not touch Tulsi. I mean, we should not pluck Tulsi leaves, like on Paurnami day, Dwadashi day,
Okay.
okay, and without taking proper bath, and women when they are in their periods. Okay.
Okay.
So these are the restricted times where we should not touch or pluck.
Okay.
I mean, we can touch, but we cannot pluck Tulsi land. But women, when they are in, their monthly cycle, they should not even touch Tulsi plant in those days. Not even
I
water.
heard. Hmm. I heard on Sunday also we should not water Tulsi plant. Is it true?
No, we can water. We can water. Some day, some people say that Friday, Sunday also restricted to pluck Tulsi like that. No,
Oh,
there is no Shastraman for that. But Paurnami, Dwadashi, and in unclean days, when we are not when we have not taken proper bath, that time we should not pluck Tulsi leaves.
okay, thank you. And also for wearing kanthi, we have to completely leave onion and garlic, right?
Yeah, onion and garlic and follow 4 regulative principles. Then only
Yes.
it's better to wear kantimala. Uh, if 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 we are not practicing that, we have to wait. That's it. Okay. So that was about Tulsi Maharani. I request all of you to recite Tulsi prayers every day at least once. Okay, whenever you get time, and offer Tulsi leaves to Lord, so that He will be pleased further. Okay, so I want to stop here for today regarding the Tulsi Maharani prayers. I don't know how much ever I was able to convey the pastimes of Tulsi Maharani. It was a huge, pastime. Like there were 19 chapters, and these pastimes were mentioned in Shiva Mahapurana. In Shiva Mahapurana, there is one Samhita called Rudra Samhita. There, these pastimes were mentioned. There were 19 chapters, and after reading them, summarized, it was really a huge pastime. I don't know how much ever I request Lord to forgive me for any mistakes if I committed while narrating the Tulsi Maharani pastimes. Hare Krishna. So if anybody has any other questions, can ask. Yes, Anita Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Prabhuji, before we pluck the Tulsi leaf, we should offer any prayers to the Tulsi Mata, like that. Any prayers are there?
Yeah, so I generally, before I pluck, I pray the Vrundaya Tulsi Devi, I pray I Kesavasacha, Vishnu Bhakti Prade Devi, Satyavache Namo Namah, like that I pray. And with a sankalpa that, my dear Tulsi Maharani, I am using you to please Lord. I am just plucking to for offerings to offer you. With that sankalpa, only I pluck. So you can also try with this.
And another one more question, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
Like now Krishna is the Supreme Lord.
Yes.
Then why Lord Vishnu and Lord Shiva Lord Shiva is the first devotee of Lord Krishna.
Mhm.
Then why these so many gods appeared?
Okay.
That
Yeah.
is my question. So, I mean, while doing puja, first we offer to Lord Krishna.
Mhm.
Then we offer again the same prasadam, means that prasadam, not that prasadam which was offered to Krishna. Krishna's prasadam is different.
Mhm.
And another prasadam we should offer to each and every deity. Yeah?
Mhm. Okay.
So how should we go further?
Yeah. So in Bhagavad Gita 10th chapter, Krishna says that, Rudranam Shankaras Chasmi. Okay. And he also says that Sinaninam Aham Skanda. He says that I am the Indra, I am the Chandra, I am the Aditya. Okay. So these all other expansions, the incarnations are Supreme Personality Himself to perform different activities, different responsibilities. Lord takes into these forms. Okay. So we should respect all personalities, but we should love Krishna. Like, if we share extreme love with our parents, but if your parents, like if an uncle or auntie visits your home, you will respect them. But the respect and love that you share with your parents and auntie uncle would be little different. You don't dishonor them, respect them, but the extreme love you'll share with your parents. In that way, our devotional service should happen. So we should love Krishna with wholehearted, and with the wholehearted, we should respect all other his expansions. And when coming to offering, see, generally Krishna, when you offer something to Krishna, that becomes Mahaprasad. Okay. Once you offer that to Krishna, you can also, like in our home, so in our Sanatana Dharma, there are 33 crores Devi Devatas. You cannot please all of them at once. If you please Krishna, that would be good enough. Everybody will be pleased. And if you still have a sentiment that I'm not doing proper justice to other personalities, what you can do, you can always, whatever prasadam that you offer to Krishna, you can just, after you take that offering, you can just show to all other personalities, whatever deities that you have at your home. That is absolutely fine.
Thank you, Prabhu. Thank you so much.
Yes, Seema Mataji, you have a question?
Yes, Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare
So
Krishna.
I just wanted to know, after wearing Kanti Mala, so we should have Krishna Prasadam only 3 times a day. We should not have
See,
outside food or something.
yes, that is suggested. We should have only offered food that is offered to Krishna only. However, sometimes there may be a situation which comes that you may have you may be outside, but you may not get offered food. But that time, what you can do is you can choose non-onion garlic food, and you can you can just mentally offer it to Krishna, and you can have. Like, the same question was asked to Prabhupada by one devotee. Prabhupada, now that we have left onion and garlic, now what if we are going to food distribution and we are going here and there to promote our mission? Then that time, if we feel hunger, then what to eat? We don't have any other options what to eat. Like that one devotee asked. Then Prabhupada said, see, when you are outside traveling, wherever you are, if you don't have prasadam, don't worry. You go eat any food mentally offered to Krishna, say Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, Sri Vishnu, eat it. That's it. Just make sure that that is not, non-onion, like non-onion garlic. Like when we visit our, relatives' functions, that time we will not have any other option. We cannot eat onion garlic food. So we can choose to eat curd rice, which is no onion garlic food. We can mentally offer that and we can eat. That is also fine, no problem in emergency situations.
But at home also, I'm not doing preparation 3 times the bhoga for the Lord Prabhu. For
So
that,
that
I
time, so that time what devotees they cleverly do is that one time one bhoga they offer, they will save that prasadam, and they will put the same prasadam on all other preparations, so that also becomes the bhoga. But I mean, shortcut ways. But anyways, mentally you offer. Sometimes in our home also, everybody they look at us as a sentimentalist. That if we 3 times if we offer, they look at us as a sentimentalist. They may also discourage us, and like that. If you are in such atmosphere, then once you offer, have the prasadam, and the remaining times you can mentally offer and eat. No problem.
Yes, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. And we have taken shelter, so we need to wear 2 rounds, Prabhu.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Dandavat pranam.
So anybody has any other questions?
Yes, Prabhuji, today that we discussed about Ma Radha's names now, Prabhuji.
Your
So
voice is not clear, Mataji. I'm unable to understand.
today we have discussed about Ma Radha's names now, Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji.
So where we can chant this Ma Radha's name, how we should.
No, you just chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra, that would be good enough. See, without proper initiation, without proper Guru's instruction, it's not better to chant any other mantras than Hare Krishna Mahamantra.
Okay. Then what?
Then, yes, Anita Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Prabhuji, while chanting, in the chanting, the rope, chanting rope is there, na? In that one, 1 to 8 is Ashtasakis, no, Prabhu.
In chanting?
In chanting, shall I talk in Telugu?
Yeah, go ahead.
ప్రభుజీ మనం చాంటింగ్ చేసేటప్పుడు మాలలో మనం 1 నుంచి 8 వరకు